So you woke up and not only were your ears plugged, you were feeling this weird sensation, this off-balance feeling, and you've probably never had it before. And if you've had it, it was maybe in the time that you had a cold. So obviously you relate the off-balance feeling to having a cold, and it's normal to have blocked sinuses and congestion and sinus pressure, and the equilibrium has been off kind of feeling after or during a cold. But if you don't have any of the previously mentioned problems, you didn't have a cold, you don't have a cold, you don't have sinus issues, you don't have allergies, but suddenly you have this equilibrium is a little off. Now, for all of you who are not aware, let me explain a little bit. When you have this condition, it's almost like the pressure isn't equalized on both ears. It's like one ear, and I noticed the left ear for me is predominantly the ear that seems to go out first and foremost is the problem. I don't know why. Still looking into that. But for all of you that do have both ears or one ear or the right ear, regardless of what it is, you're having this condition and you're just not understanding where it's coming from. And now you go see an allergist, and the first thing they do is say it's a sinus issue or an allergy issue. I can tell you right now that can't really give you a percentage, but I will say most of the time it's not allergy or sinus related. It's muscular related. And why am I saying that? Is because that is most of the time what causes this condition. And a lot of us always credit that we have a sinus problem, especially if you live in an area where near in the valley like I live here, you're always going to get that response. It's an allergy problem. It's sinuses. They're going to put something in a camera up your nose and see that you have a little inflammation. They're going to see that you have a little narrowing of the passages, and they're going to immediately write it off as allergies and congestion. Take a decongestant, take a nasal spray, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks. Well, you do that, and you come back in a couple of weeks, and now it's more examination. Now we're going to do an allergy test, and it's going to take about 2 or 3 weeks to get those results back. Once we get those back, you're going to come back again. We're going to discuss that. So next thing you know, it's 2 to 3 months later. You're still dealing with this condition. You're taking this medication very faithfully every day as the doctor or physician has asked you to do. And not only that, you're getting side effects now from the medication because you've never been on this medication before. That is what causes the spiral effect of this condition. You're trying to treat it because a professional told you what to do to treat it or to minimize the level of impact that you're feeling. And you're getting issues now from other sources, other causes, that is going to make the road that you're traveling on longer and harder. Now, my advice is this: focus on this being a medical a issue with the muscle. It's not so much sinuses and allergy. Now I'm going to tell you why. You're feeling off balance. You're feeling the pressure in the ear. You're feeling it's like your equilibrium has been malfunctioned in some way. I'll say it that. A lot of the times it has to do with your face being tense. Now that sounds funny, but your jaw muscles are extremely important and has a lot to do with your vision, has a lot to do with your posture, has a lot to do with your overall outlook. I can tell you this right now. It took over a year, almost 2 years, just to get to the part where I concluded that it was an issue muscular related, not sinus and allergy related. So that took 2 years off my time of trying to get healed. Once I narrowed it down that it was an issue with the muscles of the jaw, the muscles of the face, specifically the masseter muscle, and I'll link to the bottom of what that looks like or how you can resolve some of those issues with massaging that muscle. But once I concluded that if I started focusing on this particular muscle in general, I realized that a lot of my issues outside of that muscle were all healing. I'm serious. Vision was getting better. My balance was getting better. My outlook was getting better. Just keeping my face massaged. And we forget that our face is a muscle like anything else. There's muscles that control and operate our facial structure just as much as our arms, legs, hamstrings, quads, things like that. So if we're tensing up, and depends on the person you are, where you hold a certain level of stress. If you are like me And good or bad stress, if for some reason goes to your facial structure, your jaw muscles, factor in an issue with this condition, and now you're way over the top of having this problem, because you already have that, have the ability of creating tension and problems in that area to begin with. So now that you have a problem now, a legitimate problem, it's putting you over the top into the red zone, beyond the red zone, peaking over that. So for all of you out there getting misled, misguided, focus on it being muscle. And it's not to say that there isn't a case out there where it's not sinus related, but I have seen, doing tons of coaching, tons of evaluating, I have seen where it's been more of a case by it being a muscular issue, especially if it's becoming something where you're taking allergy medication, sinus medication, and it's not really getting that better. That kind of indicates to me that it's not so much your sinuses, it's more so a muscular condition. And once you treat the muscle itself and the muscles, you'll start to feel the relief in the area that was once diagnosed as being sinus, wasn't really sinus problems. So I really want to bring some clarity to this condition, and I constantly show that with my constant uploads of Eustachian Tube Dysfunction videos, tinnitus, TMJ. These are all concerns. These are all very vital topics to me because I've been through all of them before, and I feel like there's a lot of misinformation for them, and there's a need for content that covers those conditions because a lot of people are being misdiagnosed. They're being misled, they're being misguided, they're not getting the help they need, they're using lots of resources to heal from it, they're confusing their family and friends and disappointing jobs and coworkers or whatever it may be, and spending tons of money trying to get answers and not going in the right directions because they were told it was something that it wasn't. Just the step process of getting to A to B takes months. For example, when you go and see a doctor or a physician, just to be told something and then told something else can be months in between. And that's, my opinion, is ridiculous because you're wasting time. And this could be nothing worse than missing your exit off the freeway and now you're going in the wrong direction. That's enough to give anybody anxiety. It's enough to make someone feel very pressured. And that's why this condition lasts so long. Going back to my example, like you're on a freeway and you're on a freeway and you have a GPS going and you miss your turn and now you're going in the wrong direction. So that's basically what I want everyone to know and to try to minimize the time they're going through this. Talking with a lot of people, a lot of great people out there that are dealing with this have gone way longer than I ever have gone with this. Mine was almost 3 years. I say almost 3 years. It's probably a month short. There's people who have 10 years. And so just not getting the right information. And so, again, if you focus on this being a muscle-related issue and focus on changing that, you'll see relief in other areas. And like I said, my vision was taking a hit big time. Just tightening up around this area, getting all tense. And then having fluid build up, that just made it worse. And when a doctor or a physician or a specialist or whoever that's servicing you, when they see fluid in there, that's closing up the books. That's what it is. I'm not saying that these physicians and professionals are wrong, but I'm saying that there's more to dig. There's more to uncover. And in their benefit, they don't have the kind of time that others might have to sit and really dissect every patient. So I just want to bring a little more relief to you that you're not a special case. If you're feeling off balance, you're feeling like you can't figure out where these symptoms are coming from, and you just know in your heart that you don't have a sinus related issue, you don't really feel it's that, dig a little deeper. But I will tell you right now, focus on it being a muscle related problem. Like I said, neck is tense, jaw's tense. These were the key examples of what really helped me heal. Once you're able to identify a little closer, you feel a little bit better. You feel like you're not as far along. So you key in on what's causing this problem. And when you do that, that's when some healing really starts happening. So Alrighty, everybody, I just wanted to check in with you and let you know that I'm here for you. I have more content coming at you about this condition. I will keep it going, keep it coming. And like always, if you have any questions, you feel free. I will leave all the information on how to reach me below. And just stay in there, folks. It's not forever. Even 10 years is still not forever. So keep your mind open and your heart open, and your just stay positive. Alrighty, folks. Talk to you soon. I ask you all to subscribe to my channel so you can get the latest, greatest health and wellness videos, motivation, yoga, and meditation. But before I let you go, I'd like to leave you with one thing. Being well is feeling well. Feeling well is doing well. Doing well is living well. Take care, everybody. Bye.